You would never, ever knowingly give your baby something toxic. But if you have baby food in your pantry right now, you probably already have, multiple times. A horrifying 2026 Consumer Reports study just confirmed what parents have feared for years. Our baby food is contaminated with dangerous levels of lead, arsenic, and cadmium. We're not talking about sketchy, no-name brands. We're talking about the big ones, the organic ones, the ones pediatricians have recommended for decades. 95% of baby foods tested have these neurotoxins in them. And the companies selling them? They know. That sick feeling you might have in your stomach. I had it too when I read the report and realized I had 3 of the worst brands in my own kitchen. I trusted them. We all did. This is not your fault. You didn't know, but now you will. I'm going to walk you through exactly which products to throw out immediately. Then, I'll show you the 11 brands I would actually feed my own child without hesitation. And the worst offender on this list, it's probably the very first food your pediatrician told you to buy. Let's start with the big one, Gerber single-grain rice cereal. For decades, pediatricians have told parents to make this their baby's very first food. It's fortified with iron. It's gentle. It's what you're supposed to do. This was the first food I gave my son. I remember mixing it with breast milk, feeling so proud and responsible. When I read the new Consumer Reports study, my stomach just dropped. They found some batches of this exact cereal tested as high as 85 parts per billion of inorganic arsenic. That number comes from the 2026 report, but it's not new. A 2021 congressional investigation revealed Gerber's own internal policies allowed for dangerously high levels of arsenic in their ingredients for years. Arsenic is a neurotoxin. It can permanently lower a child's IQ. I fed this to my baby. If you have this in your pantry right now, I get it. I was you. That feeling of guilt is real, but you didn't know. Now you do. This one has to go. Next up, Plum Organics Super Puffs. You've seen these everywhere. They come in a convenient canister, they're organic, and they're great for teaching pincer grasp. But these little puffs are made from rice flour, which is notorious for soaking up arsenic from the soil. And because they're puffed with air, the toxins get concentrated. The new 2026 study flagged this entire category, but it gets so much worse. A 2021 congressional follow-up report found that 100% of Plum's Super Puffs they tested contained over 200 parts per billion of arsenic. 200. Some samples in the latest study hit over 250. This isn't a meal, it's a snack. A snack kids eat by the handful, day after day. That chronic exposure just builds up. For a product marketed as a healthy, organic choice for babies, it's a complete betrayal. This one's a definite no. Okay, this one is going to make you mad. Earth's Best Organic Sweet Potato and Carrot Purees. It sounds like the safest food on the planet. It's organic. It's from a trusted brand. It's just vegetables. But root vegetables like carrots and sweet potatoes are especially good at absorbing heavy metals from the soil. Not just arsenic, but lead and cadmium too. The 2026 Consumer Reports study found lead levels in some sweet potato purees that exceeded 15 parts per billion. But the most damning evidence came from the 2021 congressional report. It revealed that Hain, the parent company of Earth's Best, was using ingredients that had tested as high as 309 parts per billion for arsenic and over 350 for lead. They knew. There is absolutely no safe level of lead for a developing brain. It is a potent neurotoxin linked to learning disabilities and severe behavioral issues. It's unthinkable. Leave it on the shelf. And honestly, it gets worse from here. Now we're at the one that made me the angriest, Plum Organics Super Puffs. You know them. The little star-shaped puffs in the bright canister. They're organic. They help your baby learn to self-feed. They seem so innocent. But the 2021 congressional report revealed something that is unforgivable. 100% of the Super Puffs they tested contained over 200 parts per billion of arsenic. 100%. The new 2026 Consumer Reports study found samples with over 250 parts per billion. This isn't a meal. It's a snack kids eat by the handful, all day long. The arsenic just builds up. The company marketed this as a healthy, organic developmental tool. What they sold was a product more consistently toxic than almost any other food on the shelf. It's a complete betrayal of trust. My verdict: avoid at all costs. If this is helping you, hit like and subscribe right now. I spend weeks doing this research so you have the information to protect your family. We need to get this information out there. Now, let's keep going, because there are still a few more to cover before we get to the good news. Let's talk about those melt-in-your-mouth snacks. Happy Baby Organics Creamies and other rice-based teething wafers. They seem like a lifesaver. They dissolve easily, they keep the baby busy, and they're organic. But that Happy Baby name hides a pretty miserable secret. These snacks are almost entirely rice flour. And just like with the puffs, that means the arsenic gets concentrated into every little bite. The 2021 congressional report showed that the maker of Happy Baby, Nurture Inc., submitted documents revealing their products contained up to 129 parts per billion of arsenic. They knew this, and they kept selling it. Because it's a snack food and not a meal, parents often give them freely throughout the day. That constant, low-level exposure is exactly what researchers warn against. It just builds and builds in their little bodies. For a product designed to be eaten so frequently, the risk is just too high. This one's a hard pass. Here's one that will feel like a punch to the gut. Gerber 100% apple juice. You think you're giving them a little treat, a serving of fruit. The bottle says 100% juice. What could be wrong? But for years, study after study has found arsenic and lead in apple juice. The 2026 Consumer Reports study was no different, flagging juices as a consistent source of heavy metals. Some past tests have found arsenic levels higher than what's allowed in our drinking water. And for what? The American Academy of Pediatrics says babies under 1 shouldn't have juice at all. It's basically sugar water with no fiber. So you're not just giving them a pointless sugar drink, you're potentially giving them a dose of neurotoxins with it. It's not hydration, it's not nutrition, it's just risk. My verdict: pour it down the drain. Okay, one more. And this is important. Beech nut single-grain rice cereal. You might see the news about Gerber and think, okay, I'll just switch to another brand. Please don't. This isn't a Gerber problem or a beech nut problem. It's a rice problem. In 2021, beech nut actually had to recall some of its rice cereal because it tested over the FDA's limit for arsenic. The company then announced they were leaving the rice cereal market entirely because they couldn't find a rice source clean enough to meet their own standards. That should tell you everything you need to know. If a major baby food company admits they can't make rice cereal safe, you shouldn't be buying it from anyone. It doesn't matter if it's organic, or if it's a store brand, or if it's a fancy boutique label. The arsenic is in the rice itself. All of it has to go. Okay, that was a lot. I know. If you're angry right now, good. Use that anger. If you're feeling guilty, stop. Right now. You didn't know. None of us knew. The system is broken, not you. You trusted brands that were supposed to be safe. We all did. The fact that you're still here, watching this, proves you're exactly the kind of parent your kid needs. You showed up. Now, let me show you what to buy instead. I spent weeks digging through the data, and I found the safe brands, the good ones. Let's get to the good news. Now for the good news. Let's start with my top pick, Serenity Kids. Specifically, their grass-fed beef and kale with sweet potato. This brand does everything right. They use ethically sourced, grass-fed meats, which are packed with nutrients. But here's the most important part. They test every single batch for heavy metals, and they actually share the results. They have the Clean Label Project Purity Award, which is a huge deal. It means a third party has verified they're clean. You can find their pouches at Target, Whole Foods, and online. They're pricey, But if you want to be absolutely sure, this is the brand you can trust. Next up, also from Serenity Kids, is their Organic Roots and Herbs pouch. Now, I know what you're thinking. I just told you to be wary of root vegetables. But this is how you do it right. Serenity Kids goes to extreme lengths to source their carrots and parsnips from soil that has low heavy metal content, and they prove it with their testing data. Plus, they formulate their purees with healthy fats like avocado oil, which is crucial for brain development. You can find this one at Target and Whole Foods, too. It's a fantastic, safe way to introduce those savory root veggie flavors. And one more from Serenity Kids, because they're just that good. They're wild-caught salmon with organic butternut squash and beet. Giving a baby fish can be nerve-wracking because of mercury concerns. Serenity Kids uses low-mercury, wild-caught salmon, and, just like with everything else, they test every single batch to make sure it's safe. They have that Clean Label Project certification here, too. This isn't just baby food. It's a nutrient-dense meal you can feel genuinely good about. You can find this one at Whole Foods and Sprouts. This one gets a green light from me. Okay, let's talk about another fantastic brand, Once Upon a Farm. You'll find their stuff in the refrigerated section, and for a good reason. They use cold pressure processing, not high heat, which keeps more nutrients intact. Their Green Kale and Apples pouch is a great example of their commitment. They were the first brand ever to get the Clean Label Project Purity Award. They test for over 400 contaminants, including heavy metals. You can find them at Target, Walmart, and even Costco. For a fresh, clean, and widely available option, this is a go-to. You can feel good about this one. Here's another great one from Once Upon a Farm, their Wild Rumpus Avocado Blend. This one is simple, clean, and packed with the healthy fats a growing brain needs. What I love about this brand is their 1,000-Day Promise certification. This is a European standard that sets even stricter limits on heavy metals than what's required in the United States. So you're getting an extra layer of protection. Again, you'll find it in the refrigerated aisle at places like Target and Kroger. It's a fantastic, safe option, especially for a baby's first foods when you want to keep ingredients simple. And for older babies, check out Once Upon a Farm's plant-rich meals, like their red pepper, chickpea, and carrot. These are found in the freezer aisle and have a chunkier, more textured consistency to help babies transition to table food. Critically, they are Clean Label Project certified and completely avoid rice, which we know is a major source of arsenic. It's a perfect next-stage meal that doesn't compromise on safety. It's a convenient, clean, and smart way to introduce more complex flavors and textures. This is a great choice for the next stage. Now, let's talk about Cerebelli. This brand was founded by a neurosurgeon, and their whole mission is built around providing 16 key nutrients for brain development. Their White Bean Pumpkin Apple pouch is a Clean Label Project Purity Award winner, so you know it's been tested and is safe from contaminants. The focus isn't just on being organic, it's on providing specific nutrients your baby's brain needs at different stages of development. You can get it at Target, Kroger, and Whole Foods. It's smart, it's safe, and it gets my approval. And for a safe way to do sweet potato, look at Cerebelli's sweet potato and mango. Here's why I trust them with this ingredient. They test everything, not just some of their ingredients. They test every single batch of their raw ingredients, and then they test the finished product again before it ever goes to the store. That two-step verification ensures the levels of any potential contaminants are well below any level of concern. You can find this pouch at Target and on Amazon. This is how you do it. Safe. I also love Cerebelli's pea basil pouch. One of the big problems with baby food is that everything is sweet. This pouch is savory and helps train your baby's palate to appreciate a wider range of flavors. And just like all their other products, it's rigorously tested for over 400 different toxins, and it has no added sugar. It's a unique flavor combination that you can feel completely confident giving to your little one. You'll see it at Target and Whole Foods. A definite yes from me. Okay, I know a lot of those are expensive, so here is a fantastic, budget-friendly, and widely available option. Happy Baby Organics, clearly crafted oats and quinoa cereal. This is your safe alternative to all that toxic rice cereal. This specific line, the Clearly Crafted, is Clean Label Project certified, and it uses safer grains like oats and quinoa that don't absorb arsenic the way rice does. You can find this almost everywhere, from Target to Walmart to your local grocery store. Finally, a safe, affordable cereal that you can trust for those first feedings. And finally, the safest option of all, homemade purees. You control every single ingredient that goes into the blender. This is, without a doubt, the cheapest and cleanest way to feed your baby. But there's a catch. You still need to be smart about your ingredients. Don't build your menu around rice, carrots, and sweet potatoes. Instead, make the base of your purees from low-risk foods like apples, pears, bananas, peas, green beans, and oatmeal. Use sweet potatoes and carrots sparingly, and always peel them first to reduce contamination. This is the ultimate way to take back control, so let's make it simple. Here's your list. Throw out the Gerber and Beechnut rice cereals. Get rid of the Plum Organic Super Puffs and the Happy Baby Creamies. Pour the apple juice down the drain, and be careful with any brand sweet potato or carrot purees. Instead, you're looking for the good guys, Serenity Kids, Once Upon a Farm, and Cerebelly. For a budget-friendly cereal, grab Happy Baby Organics, Clearly Crafted, oats and quinoa, and the safest, cheapest option of all, making it at home with low-risk foods. You now know what most parents will never find out. You are no longer guessing. You are informed. Think about that new mom in your life, your sister, your neighbor, the friend from your playgroup. They are in the aisle right now, buying these same toxic products, thinking they're doing the right thing. Send them this video. We protect our own. Next week, I'm going into infant formulas. What I found is just as critical. Like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss it. You came here to protect your kid. Now you can...